Hello everyone. So today is Monday, September, hold on y'all. Monday, September the 7th. It is now 3 days post-op since I had my double mastectomy. I didn't make that clear in the first video, so I do apologize. But yes, it was a double mastectomy. Both of my breasts were removed. And this video is basically to explain what led up to the mastectomy. So it all initially started on, okay y'all, so I'm just gonna be honest. I got my box of tissue right here because this is very, very emotional. So, and my sister say I cry when I'm ugly. So, I mean, I'm ugly when I'm cry. So, when I cry, so a little lashes and stuff on, so I don't look too much of a mess, but I know a lot of y'all understand. So initially started Thursday, August 30th of 2018. My left breast was aching, and it was aching a lot. It was like abnormal to the point where I'm like, dang, it's been like all day my breast been hurting. So I told my mom now, man, they're like, want to go to the emergency room? I'm like, no, I'm just gonna wait to see what if it stops. So that Friday it was still aching. And then Saturday, which was September the 1st, I believe, of 2018, we were doing a barbecue for my stepdad, and I pulled my mom. This is really hard. This is really hard. I pulled my mom, I don't know if it was to the bathroom or upstairs to her room, and my breast was so swollen, very swollen. Did I say her breast? My breast was very swollen, y'all. So swollen, like it is about to explode. So she's like, we going to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room, and you know, they had questions like, did I do anything? Did I injure my body or anywhere? Or like, what did I do? And I'm like, I've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, I haven't done anything to cause this. I have no clue as to why my breast is like this. So then I'm just basically telling them like this just came out of nowhere. So then they referred me to my physician, and my physician referred me to the breast center of UW Madison Hospital, UW Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin Hospital. The breast center is located there. So I went to the breast center, and they did ultrasounds, and you know, the first thing they look for is cancer. And cancer was not there, and they're like, do you smoke? And I'm like, no. And are you breastfeeding? I'm like, no. At this time my child was 6, I'm like, or 5 going on 6, and I'm like, no, like I'm not breastfeeding. I never breastfed because my nipples are inverted, so Ashley was never able to latch on very well. So they did antibiotics. They did something where they stuck a needle in my breast like during the ultrasound and tried to collect some of the fluid so that they can take it into testing. So they did that. So fast forward, the test comes back and, you know, it's another appointment and I'm still taking antibiotics. And and they tell me that I'm diagnosed with a disease called GM. So I'm going to say GM because I cannot pronounce it. I just know the mastitis part, but it's like granulomatous mastitis. I'm going to put it up on the next clip for y'all so that y'all can see it. Um, so yes, I was diagnosed with that. It is a very, very, very rare disease. It's very rare. Um, I think she may have had 3 or 4 patients at the time that she has dealt with, maybe less. But yeah, so basically their goal was to stay on antibiotics. We in September, remember? So I took antibiotics October, you know, November. So all this time I'm taking antibiotics, different antibiotics is making me sick. And when I mean sick, I mean I'm having fevers and I'm not, you know, I'm just not myself. So I eventually just fed up of going back and forth to the hospital because I'm back and forth. And a lot of y'all may know on Facebook of us mentioning we're back at the ER, back at the ER. So eventually, you know, I'm admitted to the hospital and they try to do IV antibiotics. Um, and then a lot of you know I went home with the PICC line in my arm. And I was doing antibiotics through there. And that made me sick as well. Like, it was nothing. It was nothing else that they could do but surgery. So I ended up having surgery on my left breast. So that was in November. I want to say around maybe like the 17th of November, I had surgery. Um, and then I think after surgery, they wanted me to do antibiotics. And I think these were just like the basic amoxicillin, and that went well. It went well with my left breast. And I just want a lot of people to know that it was hard. You know, like in a blink of an eye, my whole life had changed. I had to stop working because it was hard to sit up. I was on medication that, you know, required me to be drowsy all the time. I couldn't be the mom that my daughter was used to me being. And it's like the holidays, all of 2018, that end of the year, it was very challenging for me. I remember Thanksgiving, family came over. It was like the day after Thanksgiving, family came over. My Uncle Michael had came to visit, and you know, I love his visits. And I just could not be with my family that day. Like, I ended up having to leave and go to the emergency room and spend the emergency room while my family who came to visit me stayed at my mom's house. And you know, and I know they were worried and everything, and my grandmother was worried, but she had to stay. So that like really hurted her that she couldn't be at the hospital with me at the time, because at that time we didn't have this C-19 thing, so everybody was able to attend and go to the hospital with me. But I'ma just stop it right here. It's a lot more, you guys. But I'm going to stop it right here. And I want you guys to look up and research this disease that I was diagnosed with. Because it's very rare and a lot of people may have not heard of. I know a lot of people have heard of mastitis, and a lot of women get that, you know, when they're breastfeeding and their milk ducts, I think that's what it's called, they clog up or whatever. And then that tends to, you know, have them have a lot of inflammation. So that's basically what I had, is a lot of inflammation. And it'll be collected into one spot. It'll be hard. It was very hard for them to drain, you know, that out my breast. So that's why I was given the antibiotics to kind of break it down or break it up. And like I said, after the surgery, I was good. But I'm going to stop it right here. And I want you guys to continue to follow me through this journey, because I know a lot of people will learn from this and a lot of people will understand what's been going on with me these last 2 years that I've kept quiet of. And it wasn't like I was just trying to hide it. I didn't know what was going on. My doctors didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was the next step. They didn't know what's the next step. And surgery's always the last option. Surgery, you know, a woman feels some type of way about having to, like, because my breast, once I got surgery done, November of 2018 on that left breast, my breast was not the same. Like, it was like indented, where it didn't look like a normal breast. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, comment if you would like, and subscribe to me. I would appreciate that. And turn on the notification bell so that you're alerted when I post a new video. So again, I thank you all who have been rocking with me, because I've had people rocking with me since day one, and they have not questioned what's going on. I mean, not towards me, or not to me or my family. They haven't questioned it, but they just basically just supported me, not even knowing what was going on with me. They just continually showed their support. So I truly appreciate all the love and support that I have been getting over the last couple of years. So I thank you. I cannot stress that enough. I love you guys unconditionally. And again, thank you. And I will talk to you guys soon.